What's up YouTube? Welcome to my channel. This is No Fudge and yeah, I'm gonna do a few reactions. Let's get into it.
Here's a story. You're married, have a kid, a happy home, and then you work on yourself, lose over 100 pounds, and become unrecognizable, both inside and out. You hang out more and ultimately step out on your marriage. There's hurt, pain, and a divorce. You live life with regret, but your story isn't finished.
What I thought at the time was love, I had never felt that before, ever. I have never felt so more desired in my life, ever.
What's the way?
This is explaining how she's feeling about the other guy in her marriage.
Your husband difficult?
Very.
Why?
Because I only wanted the other guy.
Wow.
She's explaining that having relations with the husband was very difficult. She just wanted a husband.
I'm obviously not yours and you're not mine, but I don't
He
want
was
you.
mine. He was mine. I'm sorry, honey.
Look at the expression. She's not talking about another man, another woman's man, as if it is her man. This is the narcissism of modern women today.
He was mine.
How did your husband find out?
I confessed. I couldn't sleep. My conscience was eating me alive and I was exhausted. I was ready to leave my baby, leave my family. This was not.
Guys, note the narcissism of this lady. She is ready to leave her child. She's ready to leave her child for another man whom she just met. She's ready to leave a child that she brought into this life that depends on her for dear life. She's ready to leave her child for this man.
Nice. I love y'all. I see y'all on the weekend. I wanted to be with him at all costs.
I feel like the narrative is always the man cheats.
Yes.
The man messed up. We were having a conversation off camera and you was just like, everybody that you talk to says, well, what did he do?
Yeah.
What do you feel about that narrative?
Yeah. I think.
Guys, the sad thing is when a woman divorces a guy, everyone jumps on her and say, oh, you go girl, you can do better. What did he do? Was he abusive? In modern times, if you notice that women step out of the marriages 80% of the time and 95% if they're college educated. So on this basis, women are the main cause of divorce in today's times.
I think people automatically go to the man being the problem. So when I say, you know, I'm divorced, whatever, they're like, oh God, what did he do? Oh, good for you. You can do better. You know, and it's sort of like, oh, it was me, actually. It wasn't him.
How was your marriage? Was this like a tumultuous relationship that you had? If you would give me just a little backstory about like how the dynamic of the relationship was.
So we met when I was about 19, and he became my best friend. We decided to get married a few years later. We got married very young. I was about 20.
So guys, listen, they met when she was 19, right? And for a lot of people, they will say that is very early, but we need to look in how she was raised. Was she raised by a single mother? Was she raised with a present father? And you know, even going further is to ask if she was promiscuous early on in her life. You know, was she promiscuous from what age? What age did she lose her virginity? All of these questions is very important when you hear things like this.
23 at the time. Got married very young, and he was amazing. He was a great provider. He was a good friend, and things were good. We had a baby. Things were good until they weren't. Well, before when we met, I was 130 pounds heavier. So I lost 130 pounds and kind of lost my mind, so to speak.
Well, you lost 130 pounds in the relationship?
Now, what you guys should not take lightly is what she said. She lost 130 pounds and also lost her mind. Now, that is very important because that is literally what happened. And, you know, in this case, it is she lost the weight. In most cases, you can say people got their degrees. In most cases, you can say people got a promotion, woman got a degree. this woman got a promotion. This woman business started doing well. So all of these things are factors in your relationship and are relationship breaking factors that you should definitely consider when making when starting a marriage or a relationship with a woman.
In the relationship, when we got married, I was 320 pounds at my heaviest, and I lost the weight and kind of went south.
Was this the first time that you've ever been slimmer and like?
Yes, all my life I've been a fat girl. So this was the first time that I actually got to be the it girl.
So listen, guys, listen to what she's saying. She says all her life she has been fat. Now, what you should also take into consideration is, other circumstances, or different circumstances could be, all my life I've been broke, all my life I've been ugly, all my life I've been this or that, and then all of a sudden, while she's married with you, situation changes, and that changes her as well. Literally, she loses her mind.
So to speak,
And what about your husband?
What about him? You mean like
weight-wise? Was he?
Well, he was a bigger guy, but it wasn't too crazy at the time. He was a bigger guy, but he loved me big. He never complained. He always complimented me, treated me like I was beautiful, but I didn't feel beautiful. So I went ahead with the weight loss.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he was a very good guy, complimenting his obese wife.
About big women, right? One of the narratives that I hear is that big women know how to treat a man, right? This is sort of because, I don't know, like maybe the world isn't at their feet. Yeah. Maybe they do have to be humble and display humility to have people like them or be into them or, so from the big girl perspective, can you speak to that?
Well, not really, because he was obsessed with me. I mean, when I say in a healthy way, he loved me deeply. And I never felt like I had to do a lot to keep him around.
Listen to that, guys. Listen to what she's saying. She said she never had to do a lot to keep him. So the fact that she didn't have to do a lot made him an easy person. So she felt that she is not on his level because things are so easy and because he's doing everything so much for, he's going out of her way so much for her. Just listen to that.
Always wanted to be around.
Right, so maybe not with him, but I mean like in other relationships that you've had in the past, or men that you've been around in the past, or been with, whatever. Okay,
so like, I hadn't had many relationships, but a few that I did have, I don't know, I felt like the fat girl.
Right.
Yeah, and so...
Listen to this, guys, listen to this. In all her other relationships, she felt like the fat girl,
Do you feel like you have to be extra nice?
I didn't feel like I had to be extra nice, but I felt like I had to go above and beyond with like fashion or my hair. I always had to be, everything had to be in place.
Right.
If I was going to be fat.
And another thing, guys, just know that the first guy that really showed appreciation, that was genuinely good to her, and this is how it ends up.
I was going to be fat and fly.
So, he worshiped the ground you walked on. Mm-hmm. What made you lose the weight?
I was just tired of feeling that way. I was tired of feeling how I felt, so I wanted to get it done.
I was speaking to someone that used to be fat, and they're a fitness person now. Mm-hmm. And one of the things she said to me was, there's not a fat person that isn't depressed.
I can agree with that. I was very depressed when I was at that weight, even throughout my marriage. And even my ex-husband would reassure me and tell me, you're beautiful, don't worry. I still felt bad within myself.
So he watches you lose this weight. But he loved you for who you were.
Yeah.
But you didn't love you for who you were.
Exactly.
Does he not diet with you? Does he?
Listen to this, guys. Listen to this. Now, the problem I have here with this gentleman interview, although most of the interview I really like and enjoyed, it's just the fact that it's almost like he's trying to really get to press the husband down. He doesn't know anything, but he's just mining basically to get it down on this husband somehow, maybe he was obese, maybe this, just something.
He not go to the gym with you? Does he not want to do all those things, or he just sort of like?
He just supported me.
Right.
He was kind of comfortable where he was, and his main focus was just me and
Gotcha.
supporting me.
So his main focus was.
Listen to this, guys. Listen to that. She said the husband's main focus was her. Listen to that. Take notes, please. The husband's main focus was her.
Was assisting you.
Yes.
And just supporting you and
Yes.
being there for you.
Yes, absolutely.
So where did it go wrong? When you lost that weight, you looked in the mirror and then you were just like, hold on. Do you think that he could have married that girl that lost 130 pounds?
Honestly, probably.
Listen to this, guys. Listen to this. This woman is saying that the guy that she married would have never have married her. He wouldn't have been on her radar if she was not fit. Listen to this. She just settled with a guy. Remember that.
Probably not.
Or that he would even want to?
Oh, I look pretty amazing, so he probably would have wanted to. But
Listen to this, guys. Listen to this. She said she looked amazing, and the guy would probably want to, but he wouldn't have been able to get her. Listen to this.
I don't think he could have. Now thinking back, I don't think so.
Guys,
Yeah.
listen to this.
Do you think that he felt that?
Listen to this. She thinks she's too good for her husband. She thinks she's too good for her husband.
When he looked at you?
I think that he felt betrayal. How could you do this and I met you at this weight? How could you lose this weight and just totally change when I met you at this weight?
You think that he felt betrayal?
I think that he did because he supported me. He was there for me when I was 320 pounds. But then when I lost the weight, I was different. My behaviors were different.
What do you mean?
I dressed differently. I wore more fitting clothes. I started to go out a lot more with my girlfriends, more than ever. I started.
Listen, guys, that is a red flag, a major red flag. A woman, a married woman, is not supposed to be going out with her friends. If you want to be single, but do not be married and want to do single life things.
Getting a lot of attention, a lot more attention from men, and I didn't know how to handle it. I just couldn't handle it.
Listen to this, guys. She got a lot of attention from guys and couldn't handle it. Just make a note of that.
I think about two different mentalities, right? I think about the girl that gets the BBL. One day, I don't know, let's say she has an undesirable body. The next day, she's the most desirable woman in the world. There's a mentality that goes into that, right?
Yes.
Because in your mind, you're still that girl before the body. You can't just change that overnight.
Right.
But when you lose the weight and you put in the work for the weight to be gone, I feel like the mentality is sort of gradual and you sort of become that person in a different way. What do you think about that?
Well, let me correct you. So I had weight loss surgery. So I didn't put in as much work. It's kind of...
Guys, listen. She did not put in as much effort. She had surgery. So meaning the weight will be coming back very soon, quickly. And that is only a temporary solution in order for you to start a healthy life. So you lose the weight, and then because it's easier to move, you should start moving in order to keep off the weight.
Similar to getting a BBL. You go in one day and you don't have a desirable body, and then you come out and you do. With weight loss surgery, it's gradual, but it's kind of quick when you lose the weight. You lose the weight pretty quickly. I lost 100 pounds in 6 months. So it was quick.
What kind of surgery was this?
The sleeve, gastric sleeve.
Okay, and
Yeah.
they just...
So they make your stomach smaller so you can consume less.
I've heard about this.
Yeah.
I've heard about
Very old surgery. Yeah, everybody's getting it now. Everybody and their mama. Everybody.